Good morning, guys. How you doing? Early morning. A lot of people. Familiar faces.
Questions?
Yeah, Coach, could you give us an update on some of the players on the injury report for the game?
You missed that already, D-Led. We did that back in the States.
No, we caught that. We need another one today. On Lindstrom, Zach Harrison,
Same.
Cal London, Jesse Bates, and Bertrand.
All the status remain the same, so we got no change. D-Led based on the fact we just flew to Germany.
Okay. Tell us about that, the logistics of the trip, and how you plan to get prepared for the 9:30 your time kickoff on Sunday.
I think everybody did such a great job of having the ability to get us over here just in an efficient way. I think Brandon Roof and that department deserves a lot of credit for being able to travel and help us get over here so we can feel as best as we can possibly feel. Love the hospitality of everybody here in Berlin and what everybody's done for us so far and getting us here so we can have a great trip in order to get us prepared for our next game.
Raheem, welcome to Germany. Of course, a lot of history at the Olympic Stadium. Jesse Owens, 4 gold medals back in '36. Could you just tell us a little bit about Jesse and how you think you'll be feeling come Sunday in that building?
It's just an honor to be able to come out here and play. I think it's the first time in 10 years since the NFL has been able to come back over to Germany and actually be a part of it. But the history that's here and with Jesse Owens and everything that went on and all the great stuff that's happened within that stadium and playing in an Olympic-like stadium. And it's just an honor for all of us and our whole team. And we're honored to be able to go out there and play with these guys and be able to do some really good things for you guys and play well.
Coach, how do you want to make sure this week that the run game finally can be a great part of the game again?
I love that. A real football question here. And we got to get that going. Like, it's the keys to our life. It's the keys to how we want to win. Is what we want to be able to go and do out there. But, unfortunately, when you play different teams, just based on how you want to be able to go out there and attack them, and hopefully we can get our stuff going so we can get everything going within our framework of our offense.
Coach, what's the biggest adjustment you did this week?
The biggest adjustment, just kind of hydrate for the travel, all the different things, moving our schedule up so we can be ready to start a little bit earlier, be ready to get out here so we can get on our flight and make the transportation, everything that we got to get done going on well. That team did such a great job. Everybody that's a part of the Falcons and everybody that's a part of the National Football League to get us over here and all the things that have happened, to get our team over here safe, feeling great, feeling fresh, and ready to go.
Coach, is there any culture preparation before an international game?
I would say not for the team so much, probably more so for the organization, probably more so for our ownership and everybody's been able to get over here and enjoy the week. With us just flying in right now, really hadn't thought about it much until you get over here and you get a chance to go embrace it. I was fortunate enough to bring my daughter and hopefully we get a chance to walk around and establish and be a part of your culture as well.
I could give you some tips.
I like it. I'll see you after the press conference.
You played a very good second half against Patriots last week. Can you tell us what are your positive takeaways for maybe this week?
I really was just impressed with the team's resilience, being able to come back and, having this bit of a tough stretch right there and being able to come back and fight their way into it at the end of halftime, to be able to finish that game, not getting the result that we wanted, but really being on point and really proud of our guys and how resilient they were able to fight towards the end of that game.
Coach, what's the key to snapping the losing streak this week?
Going out and getting a win. I know that's kind of the obvious, but that's the reality of it. We got to go out there and be the best version of ourselves on all sides of the ball, on all 3 phases. We got to go out there and be able to reestablish what we want to do in the kicking game. We got to go out there and be able to reestablish the run on our offense, getting our offense going. Get out there and find a way to get some completions, score touchdowns, and on defense, being able to stop them. Particularly in the red zone, where we got to improve that, and we'll figure out how to do those things this week and get our win.
Which players stood out?
Are you guys twins? I was thrown off for a minute. I said, wait a minute.
And they play flag football too,
Flag football.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some important stuff. What are we talking about?
Does your daughter play flag football?
No, she does not yet. Where is she? She back there somewhere? Amaya? Don't try to hide. She is not into flag football right now. She's a volleyball player. She dabbled with a little softball. It hurt her knees. Not crazy about softball. She had to play catcher. But she's the best daughter in the world. I got 2 of them. Malia's too young to listen to this broadcast. Although she wanted to come, she's a little upset with us right now.
So, what players stood out this week in practice?
Oh, man. The players that stood out, it's hard to say, because I really like the intent. I like the work ethic of all the guys in practice. it really had a different mindset, with some of the guys and how we talked about how we want to play the football game. Obviously our rookies, congratulations to our young rookie. Last week, they're really getting us established some honors right there, getting Rookie of the Week. And we got a bunch of rookies in our football team, whether you're talking about Billy Bowman, James Pierce, or you're talking about Watt, the guys playing significant minutes for us on defense. They go out there and really stand out. And you feel that youthful energy and that urgent enjoyment from the rest of the football team and how it's brought. Josh Woods would be another player that I have to say stood out this week. His energy is infectious and everything that he's able to do with us and how he goes and plays the game. And he just does things the right way. And then you're talking about on offense, really, Michael Penix's leadership and how it's just grown and going even further, being able to go out there and communicate with these guys at a higher level, changing up a little things that we do in practice and watching him take over as a leader has been really fun the last couple of weeks. And I'm waiting for the results to happen this week.
Coach, when we talk about the kicker in the game, you have a new kicker. How happy are you with the progress of him so far?
We've got to see. Kicking is you guys know a lot more about it than I do, right? But when you line up, it's just like going out there and hitting a golf shot. It's like you don't know the real deal until you got a gallery as you got a tee off. And so he'll get a gallery this week, and he'll be able to go out there and make them. Got a lot of confidence in what he did from what we saw from workouts, what we saw from practice, all those type of things. But, obviously the show will be the show, and we'll get out there and we'll watch it. We also got a homer here that's in the running in the mix for trying to do some things in the lane.
Did the Steelers deliver something like a blueprint how to play against the Colts and how to beat them?
I hope so. That's a big cliche in sports that people deliver blueprints for people because you got to be able to adjust. And I know they got a really good coaching staff and Shane and all the guys that they have and the adjustments that they'll make coming off of that game. You can't just rely on the stuff that happened in the past. Those guys will make great adjustments and be ready to deal, and we got to figure out a way to win this game.
Raheem, long flight over, and with the time change, how important is rest for some of these guys these next couple of days?
Like we talked about, we got guys in the building, Nelly, we're talking about Josh Nelson, what you're talking about Griff, and on that group, obviously our training and file and all the things that they're able to do and figure it out and put their heads together and figure out what we need to do, how you need to hydrate, what's the sleep scale look like, what it look like today, forcing guys to stay up and do press conferences when they don't really want to and have to sit here and talk to you. All of those things you got to do to get ready to be over here is important. So those guys did those things to set us up for success, and we're going to go follow that plan.
And with Jalen winning Rookie of the Week, you now have two rookies that have won that award this season. How big is that for your defense just to have, your rookie class making that big of an impact so quick?
It's been a lot of fun, but it's been well, organized by a lot of people. Whether you're talking about Cal Smith, you're talking about Terry Fontenot, you're talking about Ryan Pace, you're talking about that whole group, Tumbo, all of those guys and the guys that went out and acquired the players that we were able to get. And then you got to give credit to the coaches for going out there and, actually taking advantage of the opportunity to coach these young players and getting the most out of them. And when you see that happening, you got a lot of good things going on for yourself.
Coach, Lucas from Brazil. Sorry, I just forgot my question. No,
That's okay, Lucas. Lucas, this happens to D-Led all the time. Don't worry.
We just learned last night that the Colts won't have DeForest Buckner on defense. How does that change your strategy on offense, if that changes anything at all?
I'm going to give you the cliche answer first as a coach that, the next man up mentality, but DeForest Buckner's a great player. And anytime you're missing a player like that, obviously it's going to be significant changes that have to go into it. I'm sure they'll be prepared and they'll have people trying to fill that role on the things that he can do and how he can do it. But they got a lot of really good players around him. They acquired one this week that we're not sure if he's playing or not, but they'll try to make up. That definitely affects our game plan. It definitely affects us because he is a great player. Anytime you're playing a guy like that, you got to have a plan.
Coach, we just talked about the kickers. So as Germans, we need to ask, what will Lenny Creed need to improve? When will he be ready to?
So he's such a good developmental player for us. Got a powerful leg. Was able to put it through the uprights from just about anywhere. You got a lot of confidence in the young man. There's a little couple of technical things up here I can get my special team coach to come up here and bore you with, but some technical things about how to play the game, how we play the game, some of the things we do from a special team standpoint, but he's improving. He's doing so well for us. And you never know, man, like if you kind of have that steady improvement that people have and, that next day, next step mentality that he's brought since he's been over here with us, I can see a number of good things happening for him.
You just made a reference to Sauce Gardner.
Hold it, man. What are you doing here? No doubt about it. This guy's supposed to be in Indy, Washington, somewhere else other than here. He has nothing to do with the Atlanta Falcons.
You just made a reference to Sauce. How did that acquisition and the potential of him playing maybe have an impact on your game plan?
Obviously when you got an impact player, like a corner that can come anywhere. They can kind of affect the game. I've been a part of it one other time with the Atlanta Falcons when the Rams traded for Jalen Ramsey that week, and he came in and played a pretty good football game. You can get some unique patterns for those guys, and you find ways to get players in the game. But on Sunday when that thing starts, when you're that kind of play like a Sauce Gardner, you just figure it out, and then you go out there and play. So it's definitely going to affect some of the things we're going to do, but it's probably affect them more and how they want to pay more attention to Drake and things of that nature.
Coach, welcome to the win, Coach.
Thank you.
The German game, I'm sure you picked up some German.
I did not. He tried to get me to come up here and say good morning, and I said I'm not going to do that to these nice people. I tried to say Danke walking in, there's thanks, and my daughter ripped me and told me I did that wrong. So I'm going to figure it out as I go. We got a bunch of different apps and things of that nature to help us, and I'm pretty friendly, so I'll find a way to connect with someone here that can help me out.
Coach, Jonathan Taylor is coming off a very strong season, but of a really slow game against the Steelers last week. Are there any pointers you took from that game, watching film, to try to adjust your defense, or are you just had a plan coming forward to the game and you are just
No, 100%. They having a really strong season, and I couldn't be more happy for those guys, just knowing what they're able to do. But it's our job to go out there this week and try to find a way to exploit those things. And if we can go out there and do what we're supposed to do on our side of the ball, that will be enough. But the things that we can do and help us win is, some of the old cliche coach type stuff, man. Try to get the football back from those guys. Go out there and be able to stop the run. They got a unique, great running back that's having a great season. And we got to find a way to do that and make the one dimensional, find a way to get out here with a win.
Coach, do you heard about doner kebab, and do you want to have one?
Do not keep up.
Are you planning to eat one?
Eat.
Doner kebab?
It's a kebab.
It depends if I'm allergic to it or not. I got to figure that out first. Not telling you guys what I'm allergic to. I don't know if you guys are Falcon fans yet. We'll figure that out. But I'm gonna figure out if I can have me some of the homebody things that we can go out here and have.
You have to be careful because it comes with sauce too.
It comes with sauce. Spicy?
Like your opponent with sauce.
Oh, look at that little. That was good. Let's switch.
Coach, if you had to convince a new NFL fan to choose the Falcons as their team, what would you say to them to convince them?
I think it's the guys on the football team. I'd hate to say it's something that I'm going to say. When you talk about guys like Bijan Robinson and the type of character that he has and how he displays his everyday rhythm and routine, those are the things that the fans really should relate to. When you're talking about some of the guys they have on defense, like a Jesse Bates, and some of the leadership from a Caden Ellis, and how those guys go about and how they give back to the community, how they're able to affect their communities, how they're able to affect other communities across the world. We got a bunch of different guys from a bunch of different places, but it's all the same walks, and it's all the same common goals that we kind of put into our ethos in order to bring those guys in. So it starts there with the character of the football team, and then it's our job to go out here and deliver on the football field and make you our fan.
Raheem, I'm going to segue from doner kebabs back to Jesse Owens if I can.
Go ahead.
I know you've got a lot of younger players in the team. So what would you tell them about the importance of his story?
What's pretty cool about that is I'm not going to have to tell them because I put together a little video for them tonight to show them. They don't know about it yet, but we just put something together just so they can get a little bit of history, so they can get a really good feel and a really good prideful feeling of Jesse Owens and what he was able to accomplish and how dominant he was. A lot of people forget those eras. I was actually a young guy and learned it pretty early and got a lot of things from it, a lot of references from it. But a lot of our guys would take advantage that they know and they don't. So hopefully we get a chance and experience to show them tonight.
Coach, I know it's secondary to you, but you got a real local on your team, and Lenny Krieg, who can show you all the best pointers on where to go.
He is not secondary.
No, it's the experience in Berlin is secondary.
Oh, okay.
That's not what I meant.
So Lenny, it's funny. Lenny actually put it out there the other day on we go on Teamworks. I don't know if Teamworks is over here, whatever your case, or Teams, whatever it is. I'm terrible at it too, so don't worry about it. I'm not, and I don't look at it. But we got Teams, and Lenny put out the other day a big message in all the spots that you should better go and get something to eat and maybe catch some spicy donuts or whatever the case may be that you want to eat. But he can put a bunch of different things out there, a bunch of different places to go. And it was kind of weird when I was going home and we got this big text from Lenny. I'm like, what's Lenny doing? But Lenny, he's been to my house. He's a guy that the guys have grown to love and just be around every day and just admire his ability to go out there and work. So he'll give us some really good recommendation things to do.
Coach, you talked a lot about the impact of the young rookies on defense and the energy that they bring. Has there been any different kind of specific things for stuff that they haven't been used to in the past, given that this is their first long travel
That's very interesting. We were talking about that today, because we're in practice. We have a pretty good practice, which feels like a few minutes ago. We're out practicing and we're doing what we got to do. And I look at James and I go, when the last time you been out the country? Never, coach. They said right now. So him having his first experience to come to Germany, to be able to go play, you can feel the intensity, you can feel the urgency, you can feel all the things that he has. And for those young guys to be able to come over here and do some of those things that you're really fired up about, and some of the things that you find out about these guys every single day. We spend a lot of time with them. Now, I hate to say mentoring, but really making sure that we're doing things the right way so we can groom our guys and do all those things. So, not a lot going to shock you, but James, first time being out of the country right now was one of the ones that did. And, I'm proud of him and happy for him. How far this game's taken all of us.
Coach, what is the first thing that comes to your mind when you think about Berlin or Germany?
I'm sorry, said it Berlin or Germany?
Yeah, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think about Berlin or Germany?
The first thing that comes to mind, obviously, for us with U.S. history was obviously Jesse Owens. That was always the biggest deal for us. That was always the biggest deal for a lot of people from where we're from and how it happens. Obviously, we know about all of the history that we've been taught within the history books, but, realistically, man, it's about going somewhere, finding a way to make our shield bigger, our game bigger, our people bigger, our fan base bigger, having a chance to learn different cultures and be around great people, because I believe that's what it's all about.
Coach, you already mentioned it felt like practice was just minutes ago. Can you take us a little bit behind? Why did you say practice, flight, practice again? Why is this rhythms?
That's awesome. So it goes back and forth, right? Yeah. The practice, you come in, you do something that nobody's ever done. You try to figure it out. You meet it at a halfway point. You meet with a lot of smart people than I am. Like we talked about, we had Nelson and Griff and Fowl and all those leadership groups doing all different things from a nutritionist standpoint with Benjamin, our president and Greg Beatles, Terry chiming in, Ryan Pace, people with significant history of going other places and doing different things, and everybody having these opinions. And ultimately, Brandon Roof's got to put the plan together for us. And when we give them the plan, we come up with these decisions on what to do. That's how we go about that business and calling different people outside of our organization. I know Nelly, for example, I think they talked to NASA about how to travel and what's the best way for athletes to move and do all those different things and all the sleep studies that goes involved and all these type of things. So you go out, you find ways to get your team here, you find ways to get them to practice, you try to give them a normal routine. It was even announced by a pilot on what we should do. The first week, stay up and eat, go to bed, slay the bell, we'll turn the lights off, we'll turn this thing back on, up and rocking, ready to go Friday. Let's go practice and talk to you guys and be excited about it.
Coach, what kind of atmosphere do you expect in the stadium on Sunday? There are German people who have a little thing going on with singing country roads at the NFL international games. You excited for that?
I am. I just think, whenever you come over across the water and you get a chance to see a bunch of energy, different energy, that soccer energy, football energy. And I really love the fact when you get a chance to feel that different type of energy. It's like that, I remember walking up to a football game and going to it and feeling like every fan wanted to fight each other. So it's kind of a real cool vibe when you get out here and you feel different energy from a different part of the world.
Coach, obviously Atlanta is a huge city with a huge history and culture. How is your team representing the values of this city? How can it be an ambassador?
I think that's a big part of who we are and what we do every single day, right? I give these guys an opportunity. We missed it today because I'm not sure how this Friday is going to work, but we usually have a community event and everybody gets up and talk about what they're going to do for the community events and what the stuff that they do, how can we help, how can we go about that process. But I think we take it to a bunch of different places. So when you get a chance to meet our guys and be around our guys, you'll see those values and see those core beliefs come out and just wanting to be helpful to everybody. I know Bijan came over here really early in the summer. And I remember when it was going down, I was really upset with him. He's missing practice to come see you guys. And I said, you know what? We need to share Bijan. And Bijan getting out here, the chance to be around your children, be around your kids, be around your people, be around your families, I think is outstanding. And we just brought a bunch of guys with us just like that, with 70 people like that. And we can't wait to let those guys display and be around you guys and feel that energy that we feel.
Coach, for you, what was your flight like? Did you were you able to sleep or are you still thinking about the game?
I listened to the pilot. He said, eat, go to sleep, wake up, and get ready to go. We put a lot of work in this thing early. We'll have a little bit extra time than we normally have being here early. So be to catch up and do some of those different things and do some of all the stuff that you can have. But I think coming out here and normalizing your routine as much as you possibly can, having a real rhythm, having a real process with your guys, having a real plan, which we did, which I can't give enough credit to the people from the NFL in our building in Atlanta. to be able to get us here in a timely manner, feeling really confident and ready to go. And I didn't know it till I took it to this press conference, but I'm ready to go, man.
Got time for one more?
Oh, don't you try to step in now and be that guy. I've been here for an hour.
Last question. What would be a perfect outcome for this week?
A win. You know, like a lot of people get into all the stuff that doesn't matter, man. I know we live in the fantasy world, football of stats, but my guys know here, my local guys, I think stats are for losers. I want to go out there and do everything that we can to win. I think our team deserve it, our fans deserve it, the people that all came out here deserve it, the guys that are going to be watching deserve it, and I just think we got an opportunity to go do it. We want to go do it. Thank you, guys.
Danke.
Danke.